All right. So this is a tree meditation. And when navigating uncomfortable emotions, thoughts, and physical sensations, we sometimes experience episodes of feeling disconnected or ungrounded. And some of the symptoms of this disconnect can include feelings like you're floating above or beside your body, mental confusion, difficulty accessing words. I know for me, sometimes it's a panic attack, uh, but any letting go of depleting or negative thoughts, they can get stuck in the head, and not really understanding and taking care of my body. So, this sense of disconnect, we can call it being ungrounded. And welcome, Vivian. Let's see if I can give you access. There you are. Come on in, Vivian. Welcome. I am recording the session. Sally, we're sending you all of our best. So, we're just talking about feeling ungrounded, right? So, one way to balance that is to imagine yourself as a tree, deeply rooted to the earth. It can give us a greater feeling of comfort in the body, the mind, and emotionally. So just you can do this optimally by imagining yourself as a tree in a quiet outdoor setting. So this exercise can be done also in the comfort of your own home, right? And it's a standing practice. You can start off by standing up here if you wish, but you may find that you prefer to be seated. If you're more comfortable, then go ahead and settle in, but let your feet be connected to the earth. As we see from this image on the screen, half of the tree is outside of our vision, right? All this root system that keeps us connected. So let's firmly plant feet on the ground and gently close your eyes or cast them downward in a soft gaze, whatever feels most comfortable and right to you. Notice the soles of your feet and the sensations that you feel in your feet. And notice how your feet feel with the connection that they've made to the earth. Resting your arms either in your lap or by your sides. Notice your whole body, the totality. And just pause, scanning for any areas of tension, areas of unrest, or any held stress. And let's invite those areas to relax. Now focus your attention on your breathing. Let's take 3 deep breaths in and out through the nose. Releasing any tension out with the breath. Good. Now let's travel awareness and your attention and your breath to the soles of your feet. And just imagine that with each breath, you're stretching a root or roots down from the bottom of your feet into the earth, as if your body is a tree. Feel your feet and ankles sending into the earth beneath you, as if they were roots of a tree. Imagine your feet extending deep, deep into the ground, deep into the core of the earth. With each breath, sense, feel your root go even deeper. Through layers of soil. Imagine them traveling to fresh underground springs and deep into the water table. With each breath, sense or feel the depth, the width, and the strength of each root. Notice any thoughts, sensations, or images that come to you as you travel deeper on this inner root journey. Note with awareness and without judgment any thoughts that accompany your inward trek. Continue to breathe and allow your root to penetrate the very heart of the earth, the inner core. Pause for a moment, feel how grounded, connected you are. Appreciate your body as a tree, connected with the body of the planet. Begin drawing energy from this heart, earth center into your root. Each breath, draw on the power, the stability. It's grounding energy. And imagine it rising into your body through your feet, your root. Allow your awareness to slowly shift back to the soles of your feet. Notice how the ground feels beneath you. And notice your feet maintain the connection that you've made with the earth. Be aware of the energy that the earth has given you. Bring your awareness to the strength and relaxation that you feel. Sense the tree energy that you now embody. Gently lifting your eyelids, bringing awareness. Be aware of the space around your body. Thank you, tree. That was lovely. So let us talk about letting go. This is a quote from Thich Nhat Hanh, freedom. So letting go is simple, but it's not always easy. It's something that we practice when we relax our bodies. Here's another great quote from Martin Luther King about love and the power of love. And I want to circle back. 2 weeks ago, we talked about Lester Levinson and his release method. And one of the things I appreciated about this man was his take on love. And this is a quote from his website. He says, I began further changing my attitudes on love. I had further tests of this in talking to people who were opposing me, no end. And when I was trying to help them, I would consciously feel the greatest love for them when they were attacking me. And the joy of loving them was so wonderful. I would, without any thought, thank them so profusely for giving me the opportunity of talking with them. And that threw them into a dither. So this guy did some great work. I think that that's a very advanced practice, loving our enemies. Martin Luther King, thank you for your quote as well. But Levinson also tells us to test and verify everything, right? And this is a quote I found on the internet about copying everything off the internet. And Levinson reminds us that a unique characteristic of truth is that it must be seen by each one through their own perception. So no one and no book can do it for us. Teachers and books can only point out the direction, the way, and the individual may choose to take it. But necessary is the proof of truth, and necessary is it that each one must prove the truth for oneself. Nothing should be accepted on hearsay. One should listen to, reflect upon, and then prove. The best attitude one may take would be not to believe nor disbelieve, but to accept truths for checking. Then and only then, after one has proven them without a doubt, one should accept them. So we are invited to create our own litmus test, right? And ask, is this true? We're going to talk about some ideas. Let's talk about resistance, right? resistance to letting go. So David Hawkins, presents another method. We talked about him a couple weeks back, and he tells us in his book that the results of letting go are deceptively quick and subtle, but the effects are very powerful. Often we have let go, but we don't think we have. It may be our friends and family who make us aware of the change. Hawkins explains that one reason for this phenomena is that when something is fully surrendered, it disappears from consciousness. And now, because we never think of it, we don't realize that it has been surrendered, right? This is a common phenomena among people that are growing in consciousness. Hawkins reminds us we're not aware of all the coal that we have shoveled. We're always looking at the shovelful that we are handling right now. And we don't realize how much the pile has gone down. Often our friends and family are the first to notice. And it's very common for people who have made enormous gains to claim it just isn't working. And that's kind of the voice of resistance that says, oh, this just isn't working. I'm not doing it right. And I'm reading Hawkins' book titled Letting Go. And I want to start and invite you to start at the beginning. A couple weeks ago, Vivian asked a question about having to label or name a feeling, right? Just by asking the question, Vivian, and not rushing to answer, right, lifts our vibration. So neither believing nor disbelieving. And in this book, I found a question, and I'm going to quote it here. I'm going to read it. The question says, I'm a teacher, and sometimes there's students who annoy me. As their teacher, I want to get over the annoyance so that I can be helpful to them. What do you recommend? And here's the answer. First, accept the fact that you're annoyed and that it's okay to be annoyed. It's the price of human consciousness. Let the annoyance come up fully without calling it anything or making it personal. Instead of resisting it, just ask for more of it. See that it's simply the energy of negativity. The observation depersonalizes it. And then you can ask yourself, am I willing to let go of this energy? Often the energy will lift. Now, this slide also comes from David Hawkins. Dr. Hawkins has revolutionized our understanding of human consciousness with his groundbreaking work on this map, right? This is a powerful tool to provide insight into the various states of human awareness and their corresponding energy levels. In this article, Hawkins in this talks about the research. He developed this map of consciousness after conducting over 25,000 calibrations during 20 years of research. And this map uses a logarithmic scale from 1 to 1,000 to represent different levels of consciousness, each associated with different emotions and frequencies. So here's the frequency part of the map. And here is the predominant emotional state, or the name of the level on the far left. So at the lowest end is shame, and he's calibrating that at about 20 on the scale. And then the opposite end, enlightenment, is between 700 and 1,000. Right. And then, of course, there's everything in between. So these are the named emotions that are considered negative emotions, from pride downward. And then at the point 200 is courage. And he states that this is higher level, or again, a turning point, a sort of a crossroad. And please, how do you really verify this, right? This scale reveals his map of consciousness, but we need to verify it for ourselves. So try this on. Now, one danger of this is overanalyzing and then getting caught up into thinking and trying to figure it out in the mind. I've found a couple of rabbit holes like that myself. But back to courage. Hawkins identifies level 200, courage, as a critical turning point right here on the consciousness scale. At this level, individuals begin to contribute positively, and operating above 200, again, there's ultimately everyone benefits. So I wanted to share this with you. Now, what I have found, again, is words are sort of the language of the mind. So sensing the emotions and, trying to name it, what I have really been noticing is that it's almost a sensation that can be associated with it. And that sort of brings it out of the mind. Anger, for example, tends to be a hot sensation, where fear seems to me to be cold. Anxiety is down here by fear, desire and craving. So kind of get a sense of how these feel in the body. That's one way to sort of shift the awareness out of the mind and thinking into a different language, if you will. But this work provides a roadmap for personal growth and spiritual evolution, right? Beginning at the beginning, he suggests self-awareness as the start, just by recognizing your current level of consciousness and its associated behaviors and thoughts. Maybe just saying, this is a negative emotion. Intention is important. It's important to set a clear intention to grow and evolve and move towards these higher levels. He also talks about exchanging, plugging into these higher emotions. So when I notice some of these lower emotions, again, some of them are rather mild and sometimes they're more intense. I find getting closer to what's really going on, sometimes I'm getting panic attacks, and letting go of that. One of the things that's really helped me is plugging into some of these higher emotions, forgiveness, as an example, serenity, gratitude. I don't see gratitude on this table, but that's another one that I've been working with a lot. And practice this, you guys. Just become aware of what's happening, aligning yourself. And we'll come back to this. This was a really pregnant diagram. It's got a lot in it. But let's meditate together, right? So let's apply this process of coming inside, becoming aware, observing without judgment by relaxing with whatever shows up. So we're going to connect with ourselves in this session. We live in such a fast-paced world. We'll take the first step here. In this moment, here and now, I want you to close your eyes. We're going to go inside and listen. Let go of the matters of the mind and just hear what's going on around you, right? Notice any sounds. Notice the temperature of the air that's touching your face. Feel what's around you in this moment with your eyes closed. And breathe in what's around you in this moment. This moment is where the real you lives. It's important to take this time for you. To feel, to be. The only you that exists is the you that's right here now. Feel you in this moment. Believe yourself. It is okay. Keep breathing in a relaxed way. Feel the support that your body is receiving. And sense the movement of the breath inside your body. Now bring your awareness or notice any emotions. And notice any resistance to your emotions, to sensing emotions. And allow the resistance, bring it into your awareness. And then let yourself sink just beneath the resistance. Allow yourself to settle right in through it. Let yourself feel. And if your mind is busy, that's okay. Just notice, become aware of the stories in the mind. Without any judgment or resistance, listen to the story and set it aside for this moment. Just let the story fade. Notice what you feel. Notice your breathing. Notice what's happening now. Allow worldly struggles to lift. Relax with any tension, any anxiety, any stress. Let them go in this moment and feel what's really underneath. You can let them go because they're not who you are. You are strong. You are powerful. By being present, become aware of that. Recognize the true nature of yourself as love, peace, and serenity. Practice letting go moment by moment, coming into the present again. Realize who you are. Feel your power. Let go of the weight of the world. Feel. Breathe. Good reminder to take time to breathe. We're just taught to keep going and going and going. It's okay to be gentle, and it's okay to relax. Now let's close with gratitude. Just silently, mentally say thank you to yourself for feeling and experiencing this time, allowing your true nature to arise. So let's begin to shift back to the outer world. Begin by just deepening your breath. Take a big breath in now. Expand the lungs. And then exhale. Let it go. Shh. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Shh. Another deep breath. Now bring the palms of your hands together right at the center of your chest and rub your palms back and forth. Feel the friction and the warmth of your hands touching. Good. And now place your cupped hands over your eyes. And we're going to begin to shift by lifting your eyelids into your hands, shielding your eyes, and just gently allowing a peak of light. Notice through your fingers the room around you, the space that's holding you. Good. And when you're ready, lower your hands. Coming back. So the first step here, let's just take one step at a time, is to ask yourself, as you begin to notice, am I ready to let this go? And then the resistance will show up. And then asking, am I ready to release this resistance? I have found that for myself, some of the experiences that I'm having with this process is panic attacks, and relaxing with that is a process. But again, the first step is just awareness. So take your time and be patient with yourself. Okay, and another reminder. We have a total lunar eclipse coming this week. It's going to come late Thursday, according to astronomers. And the moon is going to turn this deep shade of rusty red throughout an hour-long total eclipse. So again, if the sky is cooperative and we don't get too many clouds, we might catch a glimpse of this. I love this photo. And the next total lunar eclipse won't be visible in the US until March of 2026. That's according to NASA. Total lunar eclipses are commonly called blood moons because the moon's tendency to turn a reddish hue when covered by the Earth's shadow. So what happens during a total lunar eclipse? The Earth lines up exactly between the moon and the sun, and the moon becomes darkened because the Earth obscures the sun in its shadow. So if you live in the US or in North America, you can see this eclipse starting at about 1 a.m. And then by 2:20, 2:30, the total eclipse begins. It's supposed to last about 65 minutes. So take some time out for that. And hopefully it's not too cloudy. And thank you. I'm going to stop recording.